Because this is the most powerful,
the most precise,
the most beautiful,
the best. These are the best iPhones we've ever made.
This right here is the new iPhone 17 Pro. It just came out this year, and it's already expired, or it's about to. Have you ever heard of planned obsolescence? That phenomenon where companies limit the lifespan of their products so that after a while, you're forced to buy a new one? Well, Apple doesn't do that. They're against planned obsolescence. However, they use a pretty simple but extremely effective psychological trick that creates the exact same effect in your mind: emotional obsolescence. And to understand how such a simple trick makes us fall for it over and over again, first, let me give you some context about obsolescence. I'll use the example of light bulbs. Let's talk about bulbs. Sound good?
No.
Well, here it goes anyway. In the early 20th century, light bulbs were extremely durable. A high-quality bulb could last 2 or even 3 times longer than a modern one. How is it possible that 100 years later, we still haven't invented a bulb that lasts forever? Because it wouldn't be profitable. The moment you invent something that lasts forever, you doom your own company. Eventually, you'll have no one left to sell to. Light bulb manufacturers understood this perfectly. So, in 1924, they created a kind of agreement where no manufacturer was allowed to produce bulbs that lasted more than 1,000 hours. If they did, they'd be fined by this secret organization. A practice that was just a little dirty, but it became one of the first major cases of planned obsolescence. From there on, the practice became common. Today, very few things are designed to last too long. So, what does this have to do with Apple if they don't do that? See, planned obsolescence tries to justify your need. You buy something, and over time it starts breaking down, parts stop being manufactured, it stops receiving updates, or it simply stops being compatible with the ecosystem. Now you need another one. But Apple isn't trying to justify your need. They're trying to justify your desire, and that makes it way more effective. Because you don't need a new phone every year. But come on, don't you want the new iPhone 17 Pro Max with those aluminum edges and that eye-catching orange color? Of course you do. Who wouldn't? Exactly. When it comes to tech, desire sells far more than need. But how do they justify your desire? How do they make you feel proud of spending more than $1,000 on a phone practically identical to last year's? 1. With innovation. Technological innovation? No. Innovation compared to the previous iPhone. What Apple does is portion out the technology, meaning everything the current iPhone has could have been included in models from 3 or 4 generations ago. But then, what would they sell you in the coming years? Every year, they release an iPhone with small internal upgrades that make it better than the previous one. A camera with more megapixels, a bigger battery, a more powerful chip. And then comes the most important part, the external change. A new color, a new material, a new camera arrangement, different borders, something that makes it look fresh. That is their innovation. 2. With marketing. Apple is the biggest tech company in the world, but that's not what they sell. They sell feelings. Their ads rarely talk about RAM or megapixels. They show perfect lives, creative people, minimalists, successful individuals. That's what we all want to be. Their marketing is aspirational, and somehow they've turned an everyday tool into something that represents identity. 3. With a media ritual. Every year, Apple unveils a new iPhone, and that event becomes a spectacle. Everyone talking about it, everyone reviewing something we already know, yet we still get excited. They bombard you with the message, "Hey, do you like the phone you have? Well, we just released a better one." It makes you feel like you're falling behind, like what you have still works, but it's no longer enough. It's no longer you. It's no longer as good. I mean, let's be honest. Your phone doesn't get slower. It doesn't break. It doesn't lose quality. You simply stop liking it. Why? Because Apple replaced the story behind it. Last year, this is the most advanced iPhone ever. This year, this is the most advanced iPhone ever, which naturally implies yours isn't. Think I'm exaggerating? Watch this.
Because this is the most powerful,
beyond a doubt, the most precise thing, one of the most beautiful things we've ever made.
the most beautiful product we have ever made.
The best iPhones we've ever done. These are the best iPhones we've ever created. These are the best and most capable iPhones we've ever made.
So don't be surprised if the next iPhone 18 has a better camera, a longer-lasting battery, a more powerful chip, and prettier colors. Because if that prediction turns out to be true, it can only mean one thing. The best iPhone ever has already expired.